আমাদের বিষয় শিক্ষককে দেখাবে, তিনি মূল্যায়ন করে দিবেন। আর সে পর্যন্ত তোমরা ভালো থাকো, সুস্থ থাকো। আশা করি তোমরা এই ক্লাস মনোযোগ দিয়ে করলে উপকৃত হবে। আর সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে আজকের মতো বিদায় নিচ্ছি। খোদা হাফেজ, ভালো থেকো। Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Amader Pathshala. Students, in our last class we discussed narration. Today we are going to discuss another topic. Let's see a picture first. So students, what can you say here? You can say this is a man, right? A boy. He is a muscle man, strong man. Or can we say he is lifting something? Or rather we can say the man is strong, or we can say the man is not weak. So we are saying the man is not strong or the man is weak. Or we can say this is a picture of a strong man, or we can say that the man is strong. Okay, so can we say the man is not weak? So here we see the man is not weak. So we are just keeping the sentence unchanged. That is, the meaning is not changed here. So I think you are guessing that what we are going to discuss about. Okay, so today's topic, transformation of sentence. So first of all, I would like to say what we will be able to know after this discussion. After we have studied this lesson, we will be able to transform into different from sentences without changing the meaning. Okay, I am saying again, we will be able to transform into different form of sentences. Like I am saying I am well today, or I can say I am not bad today. That is, if I say I am not bad today, that is I am well today. So the meaning is not changed here. So transform means to change from one form into another. So what is transformation of sentence? So you see here, look carefully. This is nothing but changing of pattern of the sentence. But you have to remember, our meaning will be no change. That is here, without changing the meaning of the sentence. Okay, start. Affirmative to negative. Here, number one, just see here, students, and I think you are prepared with your writing materials. Okay? Only, alone, person. Okay, if it refers to any person, just you say none but. Or if it refers to thing or object, nothing but. Then age or number, not more than or not less than. So now see here, only, alone, person. You write down this very carefully. This is very important. Only, object, thing, nothing but. Only, age oblique number, not more than, not less than. Okay, now affirmative. You see here, only Tom will get the prize. So only. So this is, of course, you see here, Tom, person. So there will be none but. See here, none but Tom will get the prize. So if it is like negative sentence, okay, in your exam, just like that, if it is in the negative, none but Tom will get the prize. So what will be the affirmative? So I told you before, it refers to person. So it will be only. Okay, fine. Next, I have only my lunch box. So here you see my lunch box. This is object. So my lunch box, nothing but. Okay, see here, I have nothing but my lunch box. Okay, so if it is in the negative, just think negative, my lunch box. So nothing but here. So the affirmative will be only. So I have only my lunch box. Next, Jerry is only 10 years old. So I told you before, only refers to age here, right? You see here, 10 years old. So here will be not more than or not less than. So we are using Jerry is not more than 10 years old. Number 2, must, have to, has to, had to. Just think carefully. Must, have to, has to. In the present, in the past, had to. So in the present, you see cannot, but. See here, cannot, but in the past, it is could not, but. You see, could not, but. But you have to remember there will be base form after that. Next, cannot help or could not help, verb plus ing. See, number 1, you must help the poor. That is, we must help the poor. So the sentence is affirmative. Negative, see here, must, cannot, but. So cannot, but, we are using here base form. See, the person is we, first person. So there you make a mistake. Like if it is he. Okay, imagine he must help the poor. So the mistake is here. You sometimes make it he cannot but helps. But students, not helps. It will be help. Why? Cannot but, after that base form of verb. Okay, next, you have to do the work. Here you see I am using you, second person. Negative, you cannot but do the work. Cannot but. So must be, this is needed, that cannot but, have to, must, cannot but. So if the question is like that, you cannot but do the work, negative. So in the affirmative, what will you do? You can write down must, have to. Okay. Next, in the past, what happens? See, he had to do the work. Here, had to, could not, but. So see, could not, but, this is in the past. So remember this very carefully. Every. This is also very important. If it is every, the negative, there is no, then but. So see here, everyone hates a liar, the affirmative. So the negative, everyone. So here you see again, there is no. So there is no, then one, but it's a liar. Next one, every mother loves her child. So here you have to remember every mother. It starts with every. So there is no mother but loves her child. As soon as. This is also very important. As soon as, you write down this, no sooner had, than. The spelling then, of course you have to remember THAN. This is not THEN. Examples, affirmative. As soon as the teacher came, the students stood up. So look carefully here. As soon as the teacher came. So the teacher came, this is past indefinite tense. Then the students stood up. This is also past indefinite tense. So just remember the starting. Okay. No sooner had. The underlined, you see, no sooner had, the teacher came. So here you see, the teacher came. You make the mistake came. It will be come. Why? Had. You see, come. So I think you can remember come, came, come. Come in the past participle form. So as there is had, this is past participle form. Again I am saying no sooner had the teacher come. So don't make the mistake here. No sooner had the teacher came. Not like that. This will be come. Then the students stood up. Students, see here, the students stood up. Before that, then. T-H-A-N. So the spelling T-H-A-N. Next. As soon as I went there, I saw my friend. Here you see, no sooner had. Okay, fine. So, in the meantime, we have understood had. So, after that, past participle form of the verb. Okay. See here, gone. So, no sooner had I gone. The went, gone. This is past participle form. Then I saw my friend. Universal truth. This is also very important. Negative, interrogative. You see here, universal truth. Okay, fine. The sun rises in the east. So, can we remember? That is, this is universal truth. So, negative. See here, rises. S does. Why the not here? This is interrogative. But we are saying that this is universal truth. So, the meaning will be like that. The meaning will be remain same. So, doesn't the sun rise in the east? Doesn't. I am using doesn't. So, remember this. This is negative. But we are using here negative interrogative. Affirmative, health is wealth. So, another thing, health is wealth. You see here, is the underlined word you can see here, isn't. So, you make the mistake here, is health wealth, not like that. Not for making the sentence meaning unchanged, because we are practicing transformation of sentence. Here are some opposite words for you. You see here, always, never, many, not a few, much, not a little, mortal, immortal, possible, impossible, blazing, curse. So I think you are writing this carefully. Okay, students? Blazing, curse, easy, difficult, next, kind, unkind, glad, sad, ever, never, attentive, inattentive, honest, dishonest, punctual, late, present, absent, regular, irregular, remember, forget. So students, I think we can practice more from our text book. And you can also practice using these words like the man is very kind. So we can say negative, the man is not unkind at all. So very, this is for at all. So here are some examples for you students. Affirmative. The boy is always, you see, always punctual. The boy is never late. 2 words here. How? Punctual, late, always, never. So, always, never, punctual, late. So, we are saying the boy is always punctual, and we are saying the boy is never late. So, here the meaning is unchanged. So, this is transformation of sentence. Next, you see here, I have many friends. Many. So, here, not a few. That is, many, not a few. I have many friends. I have not a few friends. So, students, next you see here, I told it before, the man is kind, the man is not unkind. Here I can say that you just keep practicing, because there are lots of sentences and we are just showing this to practice. Okay, fine. Next, the sum is easy. The sum is not difficult. Here you see we are using 2 words. How? We are making it negative, not. Next, easy. This is difficult. And of course you have to remember, if the question is like this, the sum is not difficult, the answer will be the sum is easy. Or if it comes, the sum is difficult, the negative, the sum is not easy. Superlative degree, you see here, no other ... as. So I think in your class 6 and 7, you practice it, degree. So here another example like this, affirmative. Zuhair is the best player in the team. Best. The underlined word, what is that? Best. You see here? Best. So best, this is the superlative form. So most of the students make the mistake how? Best. So you try to remember the opposite word best, worst, but you will make the mistake. There will be no worst. It will be started with no other. Let's see. No other player in the team is as. You see here? No other as. So, negative. No other player in the team is as good as Zuhair. So, you see here, no other is. Carefully see this. Okay? Next. Affirmative. Neha is the cleverest. So, this is also the superlative form, cleverest. So now, just remember what will you do. Like before, no other girl in the class is as clever as Neha. Okay? So, see here, no other girl in the class is as clever as Neha. 2 ... it will be like so ... that. This is also very important, student. See here, 2 ... okay? Affirmative. The boy is too weak to walk. Too weak to walk. 2 and 2. Spelling, see here, spelling T-O-O, then T-O. The boy is so. So here, 2, so. I think you are writing down this very carefully, okay? Then 2, that. So one thing you have to remember, the boy is. Here is, so this is, and next this is he cannot walk. Cannot, why? Because there is before that. Next, you see in the past tense, what happens? The man was so. Was. So, here you see, okay, we will practice now negative sentence, okay? The man was so weak that he could not move. So, if the question is like that, negative, so that. So, you have to remember two things. You are using 2 ... but another thing left. What that? That is could. So, you have to write down this, of course, in the past. How? As there is could, this is was, I think you can see here, okay. Here, cannot is. But here what happens? Could not was. So, I think you have to remember this very carefully. Both ... and, or if it is only and. Not only, but also. Here we can say affirmative. Zion is both. You see here, both, the underlined word, is a good student and a good player. So here he is here, both and. So I told you before, what will be that? Both and, not only, but also. So just write down here, replacing. You just replace here both, not only, then, and, but also. And of course you must know the meaning. So what happens the meaning? You see here both and, both, not only, and then and, but also. This is also like this. So Zion is both a good student and a good player. So, not only but also. That is, at the same time, a good student and a good player. Next one, affirmative. Education gives us knowledge and pleasure. So, here you see, we see and, only and, but in the previous one, both and. Question like be this, only and. So, what will you do? Like this, not only but also. Education gives us not only knowledge but also pleasure. So, here you can say like not only but also. So, one thing you have to remember, if it is in the negative, okay fine, see, education gives us not only knowledge but also pleasure. So, affirmative. You can write down both or and. You are maybe confused, sir, what will you do? Okay fine, if there is both and, we will write down not only but also. If there is only and, we will write down not only but also. The question is, if it is in the negative, so you can write down and. Now, assertive to interrogative. So, first of all, you have to think, what are the assertive sentences? Like, I am saying, what is your name? What do you do? How are you? So, these are the interrogative sentence. So, if we do in the transformation of sentence, we have to remember two things. The sentence. Carefully you see that if the sentence is in the affirmative, so in the negative, the meaning is affirmative, you have to do negative interrogative. Okay, but if there is negative, so you just do the interrogative. So I am making it more clear to you, just see that. If the sentence is in affirmative, the underlined word affirmative, you have to change it into negative interrogative. Okay? Next, if it is in negative, you have to change it into interrogative only. So I am giving you some examples. Affirmative, that is assertive. Here, sings, the meaning is affirmative. Sumaya sings a song. See here, sings. So S here. Most of you make the mistake like Sumaya. So this is the name, third person singular. So here the S is for that. Sings. Okay student? Doesn't Sumaya sing? Here you see. You use the word does. Why there is not? Because not is for this. The meaning is affirmative. So you have to use not. The short form contraction, that is doesn't Sumaya sing. So another mistake here. How? That is sing. You write down like this, doesn't Sumaya sings a song, sings. This is the mistake. But don't do the mistake here, because we are using does here. So S for does. So no need